all of my crafty friends. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel today. Welcome to Pretty Pink Craft Room. Thank you so much for taking the time to come back and join me for another crafty video. I do want to take a couple moments and just to say thank you to everyone who took the time to watch, to like, and to comment, and to give such excellent feedback on my last video, suggestions for improvement. It was so greatly appreciated. I appreciate you guys so much. You're encouraging to me as I continue in this crafting journey, and so I greatly appreciate all the support and the encouragement that you all continue to give. Thank you so very much. Today we are doing more projects with our 6x6 papers. As I mentioned before, I do have a stack of these and I am working on getting through them. I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes I find myself in a situation where I need to have a gift or a sentiment or a card very last minute and I don't have anything prepared, and so I am working at building my supply of these types of gifts to give to people, and this is really helping me out as I go through these 6x6 papers and create these types of projects that I can just have on hand to give to someone at a moment's notice. So these are the two that I recently created. I wanted to show you all very quickly how they look inside. I'm sure these are projects you may have seen somewhere before. I know I probably have seen them, or I probably put two videos or several videos together and decided to do this project. So hopefully it just gives you more inspiration of what you can possibly do with your 6x6 papers that you may have stocked up. So these are the two I created, as I mentioned, and let's go through them and I'll show you how they look inside. We'll start with this one. This one is using some old Mente papers that I had left over. Of course, I'm closing it with some seam binding, so I'll unwrap that. And you can see on the front that I've just added some ephemera that was part of the kit, added a flower here onto the front, and then when you open it, it has the 3 panels. Oh, and I didn't mention that on the front here, I also added a charm, some buttons and lace here on the side with an eyelet. Completely optional, just wanted to add something for a little extra added interest. So when you open it, it has the 3 panels here. I'll bring that into frame so you can see. Let me move this over a bit. So on the left side, you'll see there's 2 pockets, and each pocket has a tag with some lace on the top of it. It has the flowers there to decorate the pockets. And then in the middle is a larger pocket. I actually added some vellum at the bottom here to make another level of a pocket, but that's completely optional because of course that's not part of a 6x6 paper pad. I was just playing around to see, you know, how it would look, and you know, if I added it, what that would look like. So added it here, added some more flowers, some more ephemera, put 2 tags inside there, inside that small vellum pocket. And then in the larger pocket, I added one of the journaling cards I had left over from the packet that actually has a frame on the back in case you want to use it as a photo. And then added this card here with the pull tab of the little edge there that I added the tab onto. And then on the left side is this another tag that I added with some lace that's on a little angle pocket there, and then added these 2 little small journaling cards that I had left over as well. And then when you go to the back, there is another pocket, and that's where I added the larger card here where I put the eyelet through with the seam binding, so that kind of fits right into the back there. So plenty of journaling spots, plenty of areas to add sentiment, to add notes, to add words or sayings that you want onto it. And so that's the first one, and then let's go to the second one now. And this is the second one, and for this one I used some leftover Simple Stories paper. I'm closing it by using one of my little clips here that you guys have seen me use many times. And on the front, just added some ephemera that I had left over from the pack as well. And then when you open it, it looks like this. The three panels again, similar exactly to the previous project. 2 pockets, added some tags into that pocket, added some stickers to decorate the pocket. Up top is another tag, added some seam binding onto that tag. Then in the middle is the larger pocket, again decorated with more stickers. And inside this pocket, I placed another tag here that says hello, a card that says so very sweet, and then a larger card with, again, that pull tab so it can easily be removed. So that is in this middle pocket. And then over to the right is more, another tag says sweet memories, and then another journaling card says farmers market, and this one, the yellow one, it says beautiful. So those are the 3 that go in the side pocket there, and that's how that looks. And then of course on the back there is another pocket where I added another journaling card with a pull tab and an eyelet, so I could add the seam binding if I wanted to use that as the closure, but for now I was just using the little paper clips. So those are the 2 projects that I recently created, and I just want to go over really quickly with you how I created them in case you want to try to do it yourself, and you can see how simple and easy it is. So let's make one together. Okay, so to create this project I needed 3 6x6 papers. This is the first one I'll use. The second one, I kept those at 6x6. And then on the third one, I did cut it in half. And because it is directional, this paper is actually going to serve as my pocket on the inside. So I needed to make sure that I cut it in a way so that I kept my directional intact. So if you are using directional paper, please be mindful of that as you cut it into a 3x6. Make sure you recognize where the direction is so that you maintain that. So again, I have just these 3 6x6 papers that I'm going to use. So I want to choose which one is going to be my cover, my front cover, my back cover, and then the inside pocket is basically what the sheets are used for. So I'm going to use this one as my front cover, this one as my back cover, and then of course, as I mentioned, this one will be my inside pocket, and I will also be using it for my pockets on the left side, the smaller pockets as well. So let's take the first one that I'm going to be using as my cover, and I'll move the others to the side for a moment while we work on this one. So this one that I'm using as my cover, I just want to score that one time at the 3-inch mark. So again, this one is my cover, and I scored it at 3 inches, and now I'll fold it and I will crease that down. Okay, so that one's completed. So the other one that I want to use is my back cover. This one is not so directional, kind of, but not that much, so I don't really have to be so concerned. But I am going to go ahead and score this second one, which is my back cover. I'm going to score that at 4 inches. So I scored this one at 4 inches, and the other one, the previous one, was 3 inches. So 3 inches, 4 inches. And now when I fold that over, I'm going to just crease that edge down, and that's our back piece. So basically how it will fit together is I will attach my front cover with my back cover in like so. So then it'll come on top of each other, and then you'll see how this creates just this look here, and then it will allow for space as the back pocket that we'll get to, and then I'll have the space for the middle pocket. So let's go ahead and assemble just these 2 sheets that we just created, and all I'm going to do is add glue on this front cover panel. I'm going to add glue on 3 sides here so that I can attach it like so. So I'll get my glue, and I'll just add the glue here Just small beads of glue. And you could also choose to punch notches. I did that on one of them where I punched the notches on the back. I'm just choosing not to do it on this one, but you can certainly add the notches to make it easier to pull things out of the pocket as well. So I'm staying to the right of that score line so that everything will continue to fold, and just trying to keep everything even as I do so and as I have attached it like so. So once you finish, it should still fold down pretty securely without any hesitation or anything. It should be able to fold and still remain flat. So we've added just this back pocket here, so that's there, and then we have the 3 panels on the inside. So now we are going to pull in the last sheet, and remember we cut this one down so that it was now 3 by 6. We just cut it in half, and I'm just going to choose which one I actually want to be my pocket. Oh, and this is upside down, sorry. So I'm going to choose which one I want to be my pocket, and I think I'm going to go for this one as my pocket. So I'll put the other one to the side, but we're going to get to that one too. So for my pocket, again, this was the 4-inch panel on the inside here. So I'm going to score my pocket at the 4-inch to match that. So I just scored that one at 4 inches, and I'm going to burnish that down, crease it down. Okay, so this is now my inside pocket, and I can attach this. Now, because these papers are butting against each other, there will be some difficulty in adding it and folding it flat. So what I've done to kind of counteract that is I freehand did an angle cut on this panel and then cut a little off here. So I'm just going to do a freehand cut. It doesn't have to, you know, match anything or make sense in any way. I'm just cutting it just based on what I feel. And then I'm also going to cut just a sliver off of this edge here. So I cut just this small little piece, so small I can barely grab it, but just that small little piece off so that it should ultimately allow for everything to fold, and then I can decide if I actually need to cut more, but hopefully it should allow for it. So let me go ahead and glue this down to the middle part. And since it's just a pocket, again, you could cut a notch here in the middle here. You could cut a notch. I'm just choosing not to do that for this project, but you could certainly go ahead and do that. And I'm just adding glue to the 3 sides because it is just a pocket. And I'm just going to fit this into the bottom, line it up the best way I can. Try to avoid some of those score lines so that it can still fold flat, and then insert it. Okay. Okay, so that pocket is attached there. And so for this side pocket, now as an option too, if you don't want to go through all of this, you don't want to trying to fit it, trying to, you know, fold it, cut it in an angle, fit it, all that kind of stuff. You can just choose to cut this off and attach it separately so that it's not remaining folded. It's just an extra panel to add onto the side. I was just trying to make it as easy as possible for you guys to be able to do it. So I didn't add more cutting or more extra folding or extra scoring and folding. I was trying to make the project as simple as possible. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to attach this final panel onto that 3rd flap, and I'm just going to add glue at the bottom here because I want the side to remain open for my tags that I'm going to do it. And instead of securing it by flattening this tab down here, I'm going to actually close the whole project and try to see if I can make it remain flat as I close the entire project. That way I can see if I needed to cut off any more of this overhang, and I don't. So it pretty much, and let me see, I think I can make it even more even than that. Let's see. I can. Okay. Yeah, perfect. So now you can see it's all attached at the bottom. It still folds flatly in the project, and you're still able to add what you need to into the pockets as well. So that is what we have. And then of course we have just this back pocket here. So that is those two panels. So now we need to work on this panel, and to do that we're going to bring in our final 3x6 piece of paper, and this is what I was using to create the pockets on the side here. So in order to do that, I'm going to cut this down the middle, another cut, a final cut at 3 inches, so that you'll have two 3x3 cards. So let me go ahead and cut that, and I will be right back. So I'm back with my two 3x3 cards. I just cut them down to measure 3x3. I just paused the video so I could do that because my cutter was not right next to me. So I'm going to take these 3x3 cards, and my goal with these are to create pockets. So because these are so small, I normally would score at a 1/2 inch on each side, but because these are so small, I'm only going to score at 1/4 inch on each side. And just rotate, score again, rotate, and score at the bottom. Okay, and then once that's scored, then of course, as we all do our pockets the same way, we're going to cut off these edges so that it can fit into our project. And then once we've done that, then we can fold it all down, and then it creates this pocket that we can now add to our project like so. So I'm going to do the second one the same exact way. So let's go ahead and bring in this our last 3x3 card. Let's bring that in. So I'm just going to score it on all 3 sides at the 1/4 inch, the way we did the previous one. Okay, and then I'm going to do what we always do, and just go ahead and cut those edges off. And then fold and crease it down. Okay, so I just want to make sure I line these up the way I actually want them to appear in the pocket. You could actually just take the little 3x3 cards and just glue them down to the pocket, but I wanted this border around it to appear, so that's why I reduced it down by making those 1/4 inch hinges on the side, so that it actually makes it smaller, and it adds more depth to the pocket so that you could add things inside and out. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down onto the project now. So I'll start with my bottom one. Get that all lined up the way I want it to appear. Try to make it as even as I can. Flatten that down, and then I have this second pocket that I want to add. And I just want to, because I'm left-handed, sometimes I have to turn things to the side to kind of see them better. So that's why you see me doing it like that, and just turning it to the side to try to better see it and make sure that I've lined it up so that it's in the same space. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So I will go ahead and crease that down so that the pocket can lay flat on there. I think I have some. Get some of these cuttings off of this board. Okay, so that is how it looks. It already looks fantastic with these papers and the different designs on them. So I love the way that looks. And so this is how it folds up. This is how it looks. And then when you open it, it has those 4 pockets and then a 5th pocket on the back there. Now we can actually move on to decorating our project, adding some more layers to it. And I have created some tags that can go inside. So I'll just quickly go through what I've created and so that you guys can kind of see the finished project. So the first thing I did was I created a back card, a card to go on the back, a journaling card. Added a pull tab, an eyelet, and so I am going to actually insert this to the back. And then you can kind of see it along the side, and you see that it has that little feature there to pull it out. Okay, so then for the inside pockets, I'll start on the right here. I did create a large tag to go there, added some lace here up at the top, so that can fit there. And then I also added another small tag with another piece of ephemera there that's just for decoration. That can go there as well. So put those 2 there. Then in the middle, let's see, from my stash over here, see what I can add here. Okay, so I have created this journaling card with the pull tab as well. That can be used to write sentiments on the back of it too. So I'm going to add that here with that lovely script on it as well. So that can go into the middle. And then on top of it, just to add additional layers, I'm going to add another tag here in the middle. And then a final tag that I added a sticker from their sticker sheet and some lace, and just add that there. And so that creates all those layers there. For this, just to eliminate some of the white space, I did pull out one of their pieces of ephemera, so I'm going to glue that down in the middle. Add that on there. It's for a little bit of added extra interest. Eliminate some of that white space, so I'm just going to put that there, right there in the middle. Okay. Okay, so that goes there. Now for the for the left side, I do have even more tags to use. Let's see, I can bring those out. So for the top portion, I have a tag that can go there, and I will put that one here. This one I created. I also added the lace on there at the top there. And then for the bottom one, I have another tag that I can add here at the bottom. And to just get rid of some more of that white space, I'm going to add a couple pieces of ephemera there too. Put some glue on the back of it. Just going to add this little clock with the dove on it over here to the side. And then I also have one more piece of ephemera that I can add, which is just this little clip of a ruler, and I will just add this towards the bottom here, just for a couple more layers, excuse me. All of this is of course completely optional, but I just wanted to add a little bit more to it. So that's how the inside looks now that we've decorated it. I hope you guys like that. I think it turned out pretty good. I didn't show it on camera. I didn't think you guys want to see me do that, but I did ink a little bit around the edges, not too deep, but just a little bit, because it kind of, the colors were very muted. So I just wanted to show, make it kind of stand out a little bit more. So that's why I added some ink to the edges, and you know, some edges you can see it really shows up and some are faded to the background. So that's how I kind of wanted it to look. So now let's decorate the front cover. So now that we've finished our inside, again, let's go ahead and work on our cover. So to decorate the cover, the only thing I've done so far is add this little sticker, this little banner sticker that came on the sticker sheet. And to add more embellishment to the cover, I mean, I could certainly just leave it as it is. It does have a really nice sentiment there that says welcome home, but you guys know me, I kind of seem to go overboard and add much more stuff to my project. So the first thing I did was I made this little lace strip. You guys know I love my lace, so I added this little lace strip here, and I also added a circle cluster. You guys saw me do that in a previous video too, where I used circles to create the decoration, the edge decoration. So I thought I might do that here. And that's all I wanted to add to it. I just wanted to add the lace and the little circle cluster with the sentiment there that says be happy. And I think I want to go ahead and just leave it at that. So let me get some of my fabric tack glue and some regular glue, and then let's go ahead and glue that down. I've glued down that lace. I had to give it a moment and let it dry. And then, oh, that's trying to come up. Let me make sure I secure that down. Then I added in those little circle punches. All I did was use my circle punch, you guys, just like you've seen me do many times before, and just did a cluster of circles and added that onto the edge here. Some of that, anything that needed to be covered on this side, I made sure I covered that with more cardstock so that, you know, it wouldn't be seen. And that's pretty much our project. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's too much? I should have added more to the cover, more decoration, or you think I should leave it as it is? I kind of don't want to add too much to it, but just wanted to add a little bit there. So let's bring in the other ones that we previously made. Bring those back in. This is this one that we previously made. And then this is the other one that I previously made as well. Try to get those all in camera so you can truly see it. So those are our projects. So I'm excited to hear what you guys think. Let me know what you think in the comments. If this is a project that you think you might do as well, give it to someone as a cool, nice gift. Still very flat again, even though I added some more embellishments that kind of bulked it up just a little bit, but still pretty much relatively flat, so can easily be given to someone. So once again, thank you all so much for joining me on my channel today. Thank you for spending the time with me. I appreciate you guys so very, very much, and I look forward to our next video together. Until then, enjoy your day. Take care. Bye.